What is up, everybody? Welcome to another Studio Saturdays. Today we're going to be going over how to use split toning to really help define your images and give them a bit of color contrast. I recently had surgery done to my shoulder, hence the giant lumps, bumps, and other stuff in the sling. So I'm going to try and get through this edit basically as quickly as possible and showcase you guys what split toning really does. So here's the image's raw default settings. We're going to load up my custom settings right now. So we're going to load up these custom settings, and I'm going to show you guys what the split toning I used was. So for this, we brought in the shadows, we brought in some violets and magentas. So if you guys could see, if I shut this off by turning the saturation to 0, you can see how it changes the image. So now if we put this back to 35, you can see how it warms up the image a little bit more, away from that green, and gives it back a little bit of a purple hue. So we're going to put back to 35. And if you could see, we could even play with some highlights here. Adjust our highlights. You see how we can bring the reds out a bit more and stuff like that. You can adjust as to where the highlights are. So if I wanted to bring more of the reds in, then we can adjust like so to really even those out. So even if we take these away again, you can see our image is very green, which we could adjust for one other way other than split toning. You can adjust for that in tint and temperature, but by doing so, it shifts this gray concrete, or tan concrete, whichever you prefer to call it, away from the color that it's supposed to be, and puts it to either a rough green or a red, which interferes with the coloring of our can and the LED light in the background. So just from looking at this from our before and after, you can see how the split toning keeps the highlights of the red and everything alive on this metal railing, while we're slowly adjusting our shadows to be back to a black and magenta, rather than, you can see how we have the greens popping it out of here, but we don't want to get rid of the greens on the center of the can here. So all in all, it's a basic vibrancy thing. So we're increasing the vibrance of it all, and you can even adjust the shadows here if you want to play with them a bit more. You can mess around with them there. And then just from opening the image, the only thing I'm really going to be doing for this image specifically is just going to be taking the darken mode on the spot healing brush, duplicating our layer, and then I'm just going to be darkening out the little spots from the highlight and the light right here. So that's all I really want to do for this image, to really just kind of take those away and just basically showcase the split toning. So we got rid of the greens from the concrete back here, but we kept the reds on the can nice and vibrant, while still cooling down the scene to make sure you obviously can identify that it's a nighttime scene and stuff like that. But this is literally all it's about. Simple split toning that can really make your image stand out and bring some colors to life in the scene. That's going to be it for today's Studio Saturdays. It's just learning how to split tone. Feel free to experiment with it. It's one of the greatest gifts that you can use in both Lightroom and Photoshop to really give an image some characteristic or a general theme or tone. So feel free to mess with it. And I hope to see you guys next Studio Saturdays. And by then I should be good enough to actually get a bit of a longer video out with a little more in-depth tutorial. But other than that, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you liked the video, smash that thumbs up button. If you guys need anything else or want to see a new topic for next week, comment down below what it is. If you guys are brand new here, feel free to hit that subscribe button. We do post videos every Saturday. But other than that, I'll see you guys next Studio Saturday.